Alright folks, so we got a super cool new product for you today. Super Clean all wheel cleaner, foams away grime and brake dust, super easy, super fast. We're going to do 3 different scenarios here. This is going to be the first one. This has a clear coat that's faded, so it's not going to work very well on the wheel. We know that. But this tire has been sitting for probably 4 or 5 years, and I don't know if you can tell very well in the video, like all the white that's coming down on it has come up to the top. I mean, it just looks pretty bad, and it hasn't been cleaned in forever. So I want to try this Super Clean on this, see if we can bring the wheel back to the way the tire back to the way it used to look when it was new. We're gonna try that first. Then this truck gets ran through the car wash all the time. So this wheel is car wash clean with the machines, not by hand. So inside, obviously it's dirty. So we're gonna see how well it can clean that. And the front doesn't really have any brake dust, but you can see it's never cleaned on the, well, there's brake dust right there. Let's see how well it does. And that's caked on too. That's probably years and years of running it through the car wash. So I don't expect it to be perfect, because there's chemicals that are way more expensive that do actually work. This is for your average consumer, I'm sure. And then we're gonna try the BMW with the brake dust, the natural brake dust, and rinse it off and see if it works. And then we'll do it with a rag and see how well that works. And we can always do the C10, but I've got grease coming from the front of the spindle hub, because I overpacked it with grease. Hello. So I'm not going to mess with that. And then the backs are relatively clean, so I'm not really going to mess with that. But we're going to do the BMW, we're going to do the Sierra, and we're going to do the Silverado. So I don't know if I should just spray it on there first, or get it wet and then spray it on there. So I say we just get it wet. I think that's enough. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to spray it on there and let it sit for a minute. Maybe we're going to do the rim. All right. So it says wheel cleaner. I don't think it's made for tires, because it doesn't say anything about the tires. Clean one wheel at a time. Rinse wheel thoroughly. Coat wheel surface with Super Clean all wheel cleaner. Allow foaming action to work for 30 seconds for extremely dirty wheels. Agitate with soft brush or sponge. Rinse wheel thoroughly. Dry with soft wheel clean. Okay. So I'm going to try it on the tires anyway. But it seems like it's mainly made for the rims. Let's see what happens with this stuff. While this is sitting, I'm going to go get me a bucket with some water. So Hang tight, folks. Alright, so I just got water in a bucket, only water. The tire has dried because it's probably been like 5 minutes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it one more spray. Now obviously I probably wouldn't have had to do this if I would have just scrubbed it, but I should have got the bucket with water. All right, so I'm gonna let the foam kind of die off before I scrub it. So I'm not gonna make you wait to watch that. I will tell you how long it takes though. All right, it's been like a minute. You can still see the white, but when I run my nail across it, it comes right off. So obviously that's stuff. I don't know how well the camera can pick it up right here. Look, I'm running my finger right across it and that white's coming right off. Can you see that stripe? Yeah, there you go. All right, so clean water, no soap. Tell right there, it's just water. It's working pretty well. Such a huge freaking tire, man. The only reason I put so much time into this and re-scrubbing is because obviously this tire's been sitting like this forever. So instead of doing it once and then doing it again and doing it once and doing it again, I'm just scrubbing it really well once and for all because I'm not coming back to do this again. Then, looks pretty gross, huh? Just kind of wipe down the wheel. Like I said, this wheel right here wasn't a very good candidate just to spray and wash. See what happens? That's what the other wheels are going to be for. So we're just gonna see how bad or how good it'll clean up something this bad. You can see all the crud on the concrete. Ooh, look at that. That is black. All right, let's let this dry. Looks good. Let's let this dry. Then we'll go to the front wheel because obviously that's where all the brake dust is. Get this wet. And then I'm just gonna do the rim and see how well that comes out. We're gonna spray it on and spray it off. Yeah, that other sprays that I was talking about that were more expensive, they're more like an acid spray. You just spray them on the wheel and whatever's on the wheel is gonna come off. But that's pretty darn expensive. All right, so I'm gonna let this sit for a minute and then we'll come back to it. All right, so for just a spray and wash, let's see what happens. Well, I don't know if you can tell, but I can definitely tell. Look how much that shines more. That is all I used. That is all I freaking used. That is amazing. That actually works. And you can see, like the hardcore stuff, that probably needs to be polished out. I mean, that's just years and years and years of caked on stuff on the inside. But look at that. That really works. So let's try this. I wonder if I use that little paper towel I had on the caked on brake dust. That's amazing. I can't believe that really cleaned that wheel like that. Holy cow, it comes right off. What the heck? Oh my God, it's just coming right off. And I'm not saying that because I didn't buy the product. Obviously, as I said earlier, I'm not gonna lie about it. They're not paying me to tell you it's a great product. They didn't make any kind of deals with me. But this is pretty cool. I tell you, I've never polished these wheels before. And this built-in crap is actually coming off. I got new tires on it, and that's where the weight used to be, and look, that came right off. So it's not like I have a lot of sun behind me. Look at that wheel. It is super clean on the insides now, and I'm telling you, I've never buffed that out or polished it. Everywhere it came off. Like I said, I'm not trying to push the product, but this stuff actually works. That's pretty cool. Okay, and then what we'll do is we'll go to the Beamer next. All right, so the rim's dry, the tire's almost dry, but look at the rear rim. And look at the front rim just from the side. You can totally see that sucker shining. Look at that. And that's letting it dry on its own. I didn't do anything to it. That's crazy. Just from this. So I'm a believer now. I mean, I swear to God, look at the freaking insides of that. And I ain't gonna BS you, I ain't never had nothing that actually cleaned them that well unless you really had to scrub them. That one's gonna be super easy because it's already clean, but it's gonna take most of that stuff out on the inside also. All right, so on the BMW, we're gonna do the front because that's where all the brake does. Well, I got disc in the back too, but so I'm not even going to get it wet. I'm just going to spray it on. And it's got a lot of dust and dirt on the inside of the wheel. Let's see if any of that comes off while we do this. So on this one, I'm going to wait about 30 seconds and wash it off. And if it doesn't come out super clean, then we'll do it by hand. Because these ain't been washed in forever either. A few months. So that's thoroughly wet. Holy cow. Just by lightly moving my finger back and forth. I don't know if y'all can see that. It's taking off all that super heavy brake dust. That's crazy. Looks like I'm gonna pull the wheel. I'll clean the inside and the outside. Just grab the water. I need to get some extra hose. So I'm just going to spray it off. I don't know if y'all can see that where I was just touching it with my finger. That stuff came right off. So, I don't know if you can tell in the video because I don't have enough light. It did actually come out clean. So that's pretty cool. So, what I want to do now is get it wet again. I'm going to use that little paper towel I had for drying your hands. I'm going to wipe it down with that. I can't believe it took off that brake dust in the back like that. And so I guess the paper stayed somewhere else. That's crazy, y'all. It looks like it's hand polished. So I'm not even gonna get it wet with the water. I'm just gonna wipe it. It's actually almost like an acid eating this crap off. I'm not really cleaning nothing because it actually cleaned it. Now I'm going to get it wet. So I don't try this. I got really close. Holy cow. Oh wow. Yeah, I'm pulling the wheels, folks. This is just a piece of paper. It's just a hand paper. It's not made out of fabric, it's paper. Look at this. Hold on, I gotta get a flashlight. Let me grab a flashlight. All right, I'm back. Now, I don't know if you can tell. There's the light. Look at the back of the rim. Now look at the back of the rim. You see that? That stuff came right off. I've never ever cleaned inside there. It's just the same color as the front of the rim. Black. Black. As silver as can be, except for where the little weight used to be right there. Amazing. That's some good stuff. That's some really good stuff. Alright, so let me get some stuff rearranged here and then we're going to go to a bonus cleanup. Alright, so back to the truck. Here's what the wheel in the back looked like. Obviously it had all the white fading out of it, going all over the tire. See, I scratched that. Comes off when you scratch it, but it's in there. And we just did the rear. That's crazy. Look at that. Look at that. It almost looks like it has a tire conditioner on there. So maybe I should have read the directions, but it it cleans the tires too. And it actually did clean the wheel. If you notice the wheel, it actually cleaned the wheel. So here's what I want to do. I don't know if y'all can tell in the camera, this truck is really faded. And it's got a lot of oxidation on it. A lot of oxidation. There, you can see it right there. I'm going to spray it just on this top side. And see if it removes oxidation. So we're just going to do this front quarter right here. And I didn't even dump this in the water. You know, you're not going to believe this, but look at all that brown coming off. It's actually taking off the oxidation. See, this is some good stuff for this. Before you do like a patina buff on it, buff it out with some polish. I mean, look, it turned completely brown. It's coming right off, folks. You know, I didn't even think if I should be wearing gloves. My hands aren't burning or anything. Because I let it dry, get it wet, and then wash it off. Even just by washing it, using the rag, I can feel how super smooth the paint is now, because all that dead paint is off. And then I'll show another picture, or I'll show the video when it's actually dry. And you should be able to see the difference. So I only did half of it. I'll tell you what's crazy. Obviously you saw I did not do this side. Well, you can't really tell. I figured it was going to start drying quicker. But technically that's how good it would look if I was to polish it. Alright, I'm going to let it dry and then I'll start the video again. All right, I don't know if y'all are able to tell because there's no sun hitting on this side, and I know this stuff is made for wheels, but you can see the line here, and you can actually see almost shiny paint there. It took all the oxidation off that was real heavy, so and it's actually really smooth. That's really crazy. So I'll probably end up using the rest of that to wipe down the whole truck. That was a pretty unexpected cool deal. That wheel came out really clean. The tire came out really clean. That's pretty trippy. So I guess you can use it for like a multi-use. Front, as I showed you guys earlier, it had all that white around the BF Goodrich. All that's gone. Rim came out pretty clean. But I am severely amazed here's the thing. Look how spotless that is. I did not wipe that down with a rag. That is spot-free rinse. I sprayed it down with water and there are no water spots on that. Look how that looks like it was a polished wheel. That I will call amazing. And then for it to clean that good, that is super cool. So it did its job, folks. It definitely did its job. So if you're interested in it, that's what you'd want to buy right there. All-wheel cleaner. But as you can see, you can actually use it for multi-purpose stuff. I mean, if it's that good with whatever they're putting in it, it's that good for other areas, whatever you want to use it for. All right, guys, thanks for watching.